Mr. Sinky. Obviously, last time we saw you, it wasn't of the best circumstances. You were probably in a much happier space right now. Um, but that period of being out of the game, how much has this helped you to start a new role?
No, I think it has helped me a lot. I need to regenerate and heal. I'm quite well now and ready to rumble, like Muhammad Ali used to say. I'm ready to rumble and I'm ready to do the best and deliver. Football is an addiction, and besides that, I'm very much passionate. And to me, it's a calling. So I'm what I am today because of football, and so I think I'm ready and more than willing to go out and deliver.
A lot of people might have taken what happened that day the wrong way. They were saying Sinky this, Sinky that. But you leaving that specific club, they said you were sinking the club.
Yes.
The trajectory doesn't it how can I say justify everything that you said? Do you feel it justified everything that you said?
Yeah, look, if people said I was sinking the team, let them look at the team, the team that they are talking about. Is it now sinking because of me or is it sinking on their own? So I don't want to get much into that. I've served my dues. I've done what I was supposed to do in that team. It's let the people be the judges as to whether I did well with them or I was the one who was sinking.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I think I rather prefer to focus on the house that I'm in now, which is Marumo Gallants.
Before I get there, there was some talk about you joining some other clubs. There was this Kuni, there was Orlando Pirates. Can you clarify any of those talk?
Yeah, look, like the chairperson of Marumo Gallants alluded, people will write stories. And until such time that it is officially announced, like today, or pronounced, people must just take those as stories. Today, nobody knew that I will be here or I'm here. And this has been going on for quite a long time. It's just that nowadays in our media, people like to get what they call scoops and all that, and in a wrongful way. So now the real team that I am is this one. And yes, indeed, I did speak to a couple of teams, but that didn't mean then I was belonging to those teams or I had signed with those teams. So with Marumo, I've signed a contract and I'm happy where I am.
Do you see any similarities to the Highlands Park project, to this one?
Look, yes. Similarities in the sense that, look, the other players left, but we have kept about 16 of the senior players, which is good. And then I think they'll blend well with the young players so that then we can be able to take the team where it belongs. But I'm quite happy. The team is around and I will, of course, I've walked this walk and I know this road. And using the little bit of my experience that I've got, we'll be able to even do better than what we did previously by taking this team back to the Premier Division.
I mean, some of the fruits of your labor is still in the PSL, your Motobium Valas, your Peter Shaluliles. Do you see anything in this current squad that makes you excited for the future?
Very much so. I've seen 2 or 3 guys in this team, and I think they will develop. For us now, it's to make sure that we meet and sit down as a family with the technical staff and the players so that everyone understands their duties and responsibilities. But one thing that you must know is that we need to work together. Yeah.
Just a clarification on, can you specify your contract terms? Is it 1 year, 2 years, or we'll see how it goes?
Look, for now, I don't want to divulge much.
Yeah.
I am with them. The mandate is very simple. I must go back to the Premier Division. Then after that, I will decide whether I want to stay with them or I want to proceed. But for now, I'm here.
So how much involvement did you have on the squad, or is this just you arriving today? And
I've not been involved with the squad. I've just gone to see their games, playing other teams and all that, so that I can see what are the other teams having and all that. I've not done any choosing of the players and everything. It's today, and like I've said, the job begins now, and tomorrow I'm meeting the technical staff and the players.
So of what you saw during the pre-season,
quite happy.
Okay.
Quite happy, and I think we'll reckle the net. That's all what I can say.
And then from a perspective of something the chairman said of, trying to set up base in Bloemfontein, do you see that as an advantage or an opportunity? Because we all know that Bloemfontein, Free State, doesn't have a professional football team at the moment.
Yeah, look, in life you always look for opportunities, and I think it is good. It will be good for the chairperson if that comes along to play those games in Bloemfontein. I mean, the Bloemfontein people are starving. Nobody doesn't know the history of Bloemfontein and what has been happening there.
Yeah.
So those people love football, passionate, like ourselves. So surely they will embrace the team and support it because it will bring football to their people, it creates jobs and a number of things. And so, yeah, football is always a journey, and they will definitely make sure that they support the team in Bloemfontein.
I was speaking to the chairman now, and I said the first thing is, I said they paid their school fees last season in terms of administration errors. And I asked how important is it to bring in someone like you, and he said like it was one of his priorities, you know what I mean, to bring in a like somebody with massive experience that can teach them. Even if you leave, you will part on knowledge to them. Do you see that as like an opportunity to mold another club, or is that one of the reasons why you came here, because you felt I can help this club flourish?
Yeah, look, like I indicated and I alluded to during my speech, this team didn't deserve to be relegated. I'm being honest, considering and looking into the quality of players that they had, and that have been snapped up by the top teams.
And it's strange because it's a perception, because when they announced those players in the start of the season, you were like, we're not sure. But
yes, but later they became household names, and
Yes.
there you are, they are with big teams. So I think, yes, we will be in a position to do that and achieve that because one of the things that we are good at, even myself, is I've got a good eye in terms of players, a very good eye. Tembazwane is one of them. There are many, and I'm happy I'm reuniting with Ndlovu, the goalkeeper, because a lot of people don't know that Ndlovu has been a player at Vardos Football Club previously.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm reuniting with him at Marumo Gallants. But I'm saying that we'll be able to assist in many ways than one to make sure that we drive this, what you call administratively and otherwise, that it gets to be successful. And when I say we are going to take the team to the Premier League, people think that I'm building castles in the air. Even at Highlands Park, I said exactly the same thing, that we are going to be promoted. People didn't believe, and it happened. Even at Royal AM, I said when I got there that we are going to be number one. Forget the boardroom decisions, but we ended up one. So, and I said when they bought the status, I said that we are going to end in the top 3, and we are going to be in the top 8. It happened. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm very much experienced in football to understand what we need to do. So yeah, that's my recipe. Like KFC would never give you a recipe. So that's my recipe with the technical stuff.
So your personal relationship with somebody like King probably helped you, because we heard that he was at Royal AM. We know what's happening there. Did you just give him a call and say?
No, I was never involved in him. He had played for Marumo Gallants previously,
Yes,
so
yes, I know.
he just went back.
Okay. And then just actually, Tema's one has become a very hot topic now, just as you mentioned it now. He's 34, he's playing a lesser role in Mamelodi Sundowns at the moment. Do you think that he is appreciated enough for what he has done for South African football and for Mamelodi Sundowns to this date, in your opinion?
Look, I wouldn't like to comment about that, lest I am seen to be interfering or entering another territory.
That's
And
your opinion.
it is the decision of Mamelodi Sundowns how they want to look after their players.
No, not in that. I'm talking about like in the general public. Like, you get your Teko Motises, your Dr. Kumalus, who are,
Well, it all depends on the player. If, for argument's sake, it comes to a situation whereby he wants to stop playing for Sundowns, if he feels that his legs can still carry him, he'll join another team.
I think you misunderstand me. I mean, is he underappreciated? Like he's not.
No, the fact
praised
that you
enough.
don't play, you don't give a player enough playing time or game time does not necessarily mean underappreciated. The player has served his dues. I mean, he has been a very good player. He has won a player of, I think, player
for
of
the
yes,
season.
and that tells you what type of a player. And even at the present point of time, he's still doing well. So I wouldn't like to dwell much into that space. I rather prefer to focus on.
For sure,
Yes.
for sure. And then finally, just your years in the football in the PSL, there's been a lot of complaints, or rather some negativity, that not many football clubs have been run properly, run at a professionally high standard, which is something that you set for yourself. Where do you think those issues arise? You've been in the game for a very
Very
long
simple.
time.
There you don't have to beat about the bush.
Yeah.
The playing field is not level.
In terms of?
In terms of the finances,
Okay.
you find the other team, there are other teams that have got huge sponsorship and the other teams have got nothing.
Okay.
It's like what is happening in South Africa between the poor and the rich. So surely, how do I compete with, as a mosquito weight compete with a heavyweight? Obviously, I'll be knocked out. So the bottom line is that the corporates out there, the companies should try and finance the other teams so that at least we can try and balance. Then we can be able to compete.
But isn't it a bit of both? You need to show something. Like, let's
I
say.
understand that,
Yeah.
but still, it's not quite easy for you to go out and show something when you have got nothing. At least have something, and then you can be able to go out and compete. And let me give you an example. Highlands Park was performing, but we ended up selling because we didn't have a sponsorship.
Yes.
And that's it. So, and Egurule never even supported us for that matter. If you look into other areas, other municipalities, they are supporting the teams financially.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm not going to be getting into that space as to why.
But no, but specifically Highlands Park. What was the brick walls that you faced as a Highlands Park brand?
Well, we did try, but we couldn't be successful, and I appreciated that. And I normally don't ask reasons from a person. If I go to you and ask for something that I genuinely believe will help the community, and because the success of Highlands Park rubs to the people on the ground, because then the kids go to the stadium and people are able to sell, people are able to make money, securities are hired and all that. So if other people don't have the same objective and views as you are, respect that and then move forward.
Yeah, but then this is the final one. Why do you think, like, I know what you're saying is that the playing field is not level, but we do get instances where the clubs are biting off more that they can chew. They're spending more money, they can't even pay their players at times, or they maybe not budgeting properly. You know what I mean? Do you think that is an issue of trying to compete and then failing, or where does it come?
Look, in football, there are different characters that comes into football.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing that I understand, first let me start by saying there's nobody who's bigger than the game of football.
Yeah.
Everyone who comes into football must come into football with a clear understanding of what he's getting involved into.
It's just not about playing the game. It's
Yes,
just
the
facets.
overall picture of football. And don't go and get, for argument's sake, a tender today and think that, no, I'll throw my money into football and all that. And whereas you are even blank of what is taking place there. So you need to understand all the pros and cons of football, how to run it and what to do and all those things.
And I would say the invisible costs of, like, ambulance, security,
Yes,
of your
all those things. That's why I say
transportation.
you need to, I would call it your due diligence that you can do to see what exactly is involved. Then you can come in and do whatever. But the other thing is that other people come into football because they want to show boat, but it ends up biting them. But that's football for you. But I'm just quite happy to be coming back to contribute in football.
Thank you very much, Sinky.
Always a pleasure, sir.